When it comes to the American dream, one Fort Worth native proves that it can be driven, literally. From entrepreneur to collectors of cars, he has built one of the most unique museums in Texas. I'm your host, Shakina Higgs, and today we'll take a ride through the Fort Worth DFW Car and Toy Museum. Be sure to stick around. I will also introduce you to the man behind it all, Ron Sturgeon. Let's go in and get started. So I know you're an entrepreneur, you're an author of 12 books with a new book on the way, also a collector of all of these great cars and the toys, but I know your story runs deeper than just this museum. Can you tell us, how did you get the passion, or where did the passion come from for your entrepreneurship?
I'm not sure when I figured out that I might be an entrepreneur. I think I had to eat. I was left with no money.
Okay.
And no place to live. And I started working on cars, and then I opened a junkyard, and then eventually I sold the junkyard to Ford Motor Company. Then I took the money from that and invested it into real estate.
What was the first car that you remodeled or you worked on?
The first car was a 65 Volkswagen Bug, and it's over there against that other wall along with my story.
You have over 1,000 toys.
3,000 toys.
3,000 toys and almost 300 cars. At what point in your career did you decide to collect all of these great things, but also share it with the community free of charge?
Well, I started collecting in the 80s. The museum opened on a real small scale about 20 years ago, and then it grew and grew. Then we just opened the museum in April of this year.
So you've been called Mr. Mission Possible. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means and how does that embody the man that you've become?
20 years ago, I started speaking at conventions and doing consulting for businesses. Okay. And then eventually somebody gave me that moniker, and I put up a website for that.
So it's really just defines you as that person that you can get it done.
Yes.
What's one of the most expensive cars that you have?
Well, probably the most expensive, this is what we call $1 million row, would be this red Mercedes 300 SL, and it's probably worth about $1.5 million.
Oh, wow.
It's an icon. They didn't make very many of them, about 300, and they're very collectible.
So Ron, I like to play a game called Rapid Fire, and what better place to play this game than in front of this Ferrari? Can you tell us what this Ferrari is and a little bit about how rapid this car is?
Well, it's probably got to be the epitome of the American dream, doesn't it? Everybody wants a bright red Ferrari. This is an SF90 Stradale, Ferrari's first four-wheel drive hybrid, has 1,000 horsepower, and it costs $600,000.
So first question, in this museum, what is your favorite car?
You know, everybody asks that, and it's kind of like trying to choose your favorite child. Okay. My favorite could easily be the Mercedes convertible, or probably the purple McLaren, which I'm driving. Purple. It's outside.
And then what about the toys? Because we have thousands of toys in the museum as well. Do you have a favorite toy?
Yes, there's some antique Asian toys up there made in Japan. They were very popular in the 50s and the 60s.
Last question. Define the American dream in one word.
Success, which everybody wants to be successful. Different people measure success in different ways. Some people want to have lots of time to go to every hockey game and enjoy dinner with their wife, watching the sunset. Other people want to measure it with how much money they have. And I'm sure there are other ways to measure it as well, but those are the main two, I think.
Ron, thank you so much for allowing us into your beautiful museum and also into your life today. I really appreciate that you're so open and you share your success with others in the community. From his first remodel of the Volkswagen Beetle to building an empire of cars and memories, Ron Sturgeon shows that the American dream isn't just alive, it's still in drive. I'm your host, Shakina Higgs, and until next time, remember to live your American dream.